From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Naira Ahmed. Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc is continuing to work toward a deal with his U.S. counterpart that would hopefully strike down trade restrictions between the two nations. LeBlanc appeared on CBS's Face the Nation, saying conversations with Howard Lutnick have been informative, constructive, and cordial. He was asked whether Prime Minister Mark Carney and Donald Trump will speak after the U.S. president declined to talk on Thursday.
I would expect the Prime Minister will have a conversation with the President over the next number of days. That's certainly my plan, again, with Secretary Lutnick, recognizing that we think there is an option of striking a deal that will bring down some of these tariffs, provide greater certainty to investment.
His comments come days after Trump's new 35% tariffs, which LeBlanc says he was disappointed with. He spent last week in Washington attempting to find some common ground with the Trump administration ahead of an August 1st deadline to secure a new deal between the two trading partners. Meanwhile, Canada's new trade minister wants to get deals done across the world.
Maninder Sidhu says his primary role as Canada's top salesman is to be out there hustling, opening doors for businesses, and accessing new markets. Among the markets he says he'd like to sign deals in include South America, Southeast Asia, and Africa. Sidhu says his phone has been ringing consistently as people seek reliable and stable trading partners. Prime Minister Mark Carney has tasked Dominic LeBlanc with being the country's minister responsible for Canada-U.S. trade, while Sidhu's job focuses on countries other than the United States. David Bowles, The Canadian Press.
Smoke from wildfires in the prairies could cause hazy skies across the country today. Environment Canada says skies from Vancouver Island to Charlottetown, PEI can get filled with gritty, hazy dust, although the poor air quality and reduced visibility can fluctuate and vary hour by hour. The statements and warnings stretch from western British Columbia to eastern Prince Edward Island, southern parts of the Northwest Territories, as well as much of Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Ontario are also affected. A 4.0 magnitude earthquake has hit off the coast of British Columbia. Earthquakes Canada says there are no reports of damage and none are expected due to the low magnitude of the Sunday morning quake. Advanced voting is underway in Quebec's constituency of Arthabaska. Electors in the provincial riding can vote today and tomorrow ahead of a by-election on August 11th. And a new feature film that explores the Chicago mob's possible role in the assassination of U.S. President John F. Kennedy has wrapped shooting in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
November 1963 is the latest film from writer-producer Nicholas Solozzi. It takes place in the 48 hours leading up to the Kennedy assassination in Dallas. The script is based off conversations Solozzi had with his uncle Joseph Pepe Giancana, whose brother was a mob boss in the 1950s and 60s. Sam Giancana was widely known for his ties to the Kennedy family. Rob Westgate, The Canadian Press.
This is The Canadian Press. In sports, an RBI double in the 10th inning helped the Kansas City Royals rally to beat the Toronto Blue Jays 7-4 at home. Now the Jays are headed to Colorado for a series against the Rockies. Canada's Summer McIntosh has won her 4th gold to cap a dominant World Swimming Championships.
The 18-year-old from Toronto touched in 4 minutes 25.78 seconds, well ahead of Australia's Jenna Forrester and Japan's Mio Narita in the 400-meter individual medley. McIntosh claimed gold in the 200-meter butterfly, 200-meter medley, and 400-meter freestyle in Singapore. She also competed in the 4x100 medley relay with the rest of her team and finished in 5th place in the final event of the meet. McIntosh now has 13 career medals at the World Championships, including 8 gold. David Augustine, The Canadian Press.
And Toronto's Victoria Mboko has the day off to prepare for tomorrow's quarterfinal match at the National Bank Open in Montreal. From The Canadian Press, I'm Naira Ahmed.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.